everyone, it's Emmeline. So today's for our 50s Friday, I'm going to show you guys how to make chocolate chip cookie bars. So this recipe I actually just found on the internet. However, my grandma used to make this all the time, like ever since my mom was little. She used to always make these. So these just remind me of the 50s because obviously that's when my grandma was around and making these. So I thought it'd be the perfect recipe. I asked my mom what my grandma's recipe was, thinking it's like some kind of like cool hidden recipe that like nobody knows about, but she said that she actually just used the Nestle Toll House recipe. So I'm just going to show you guys that today. I did want to also mention that if I'm talking kind of weird, it's because I just got Invisalign in yesterday. I had it in for this video and then I literally was listening back to the video and I sound like I'm whistling and I have like the biggest lisp. I literally sound like the girl from Zoe 101 who would always be like, Cotton Schwab.
Who befouled this Cotton Schwab?
That's what I sounded like. So I had to take it out to record this just until I get used to like talking with Invisalign. So yeah, anyway, if you guys want to learn how to make these chocolate chip cookie bars, which I promise you guys want to learn how to make these because these are absolutely delicious, be sure to hit the subscribe button so you guys can get notified when I upload a new video. And also be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you guys are excited for 50s Friday. So let's get into it. In my mixer, I'm going to be adding in 2 sticks of butter that's room temperature, so it makes this like a lot easier to work with. I'm also going to be adding in 3/4 of a cup of granulated sugar. And then I'm also going to be adding in 3/4 of a cup of brown sugar. And we can begin to mix this together. And it's not plugged in. Okay, now we can mix this together. There we go. I also forgot to mention that we can preheat our oven to 375 degrees. So next what I'm going to do is add in 2 eggs. We're just going to be adding in 1 at a time and mixing it together, and then we're going to add in the next one. So now I'm going to be adding in 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Now we're going to be adding in 2 1/4 of a cup of flour into just a separate bowl. I'm also going to be adding in 1 teaspoon of baking soda. And I'm also going to be adding in 1/2 teaspoon of salt. So you take a fork or a whisk and mix this together until everything is all incorporated. Now we can take our dry ingredients and we're going to add it in to this other little mixture we made. I'm just going to add in about 1/2 to start, that way it's a little bit easier to mix. Just adding in 1 12-ounce bag of chocolate chips. And then we can just mix it together. As you guys can see, this recipe is so easy to make. And I'm sure most of you guys have all these ingredients at home already. So if you're having a party or anything like that and you just need to like make cookies quick, these are so easy and they taste amazing. Like I think they taste even better than chocolate chip cookies just because they're like a huge bar and it's so delicious. So here I have an 8x8 tray. I know my grandma, when she used to make these, she would use like a bigger tray. So I might have to do 2 batches of these, I'm not really sure. But I do have it greased with just some cooking spray. I'm not sure if you're supposed to grease it or not, but I just grease everything just in case. These are gonna be super thick cookies, but I mean, I think it'll taste better if they're like huge. We'll have to see. So it says to bake this for about 20 to 25 minutes, but I'm assuming since this is like such a small pan and there's so much in here, I'm assuming it'll take a little bit longer. We'll have to let you guys know exactly how long it takes. I also will have this recipe on my website, SweetEmelynes.com, so you guys can get all of the info for it. Hey guys, so the cookies came out of the oven. They did take a while to bake. Actually, they took around like 30, maybe 35 minutes. This is what they look like when they are done. They are so delicious. They smell absolutely amazing. And I was actually laughing because I was thinking of the episode of Friends. If you guys know me, you know I'm obsessed with Friends and Gossip Girl. Those are my 2 shows. But it reminded me of the episode of Friends where Monica wants like Phoebe's grandma's or great aunt's like cookie recipe. and they try to make like all these cookies and make it taste like hers, and at the end of it they find out that it's just like the Nestle Toll House recipe, which is exactly what happened with this. I thought my grandma had like some cool recipe, but it just was the Nestle Toll House recipe. But anyway, these are so delicious. Like I said in my last video, I really don't eat much of the dessert that I make. Normally I just like try and make sure it tastes good, but these for sure I will be eating because I am obsessed with these. So if you guys like this video, then be sure to give it a thumbs up, and also leave me a comment down below telling me what type of video you guys would like to see next. I hope you guys are all having an amazing day. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye!